All right.
I mean, why don't we just do a show?
Hey, Tommy. Tommy two times. Two
Hey,
times.
we're both here. We're both here. Hey, let's do a show. Let's do a show. Let's make it happen, man.
How diddly doodly there, Tommy.
Man, I'm having a great day. Okay, new office. Change is afoot, and you know how much we love change.
Change. Not just the crap at the bottom of your couch.
Yep. So we've talked about that extensively, and that's not the topic for today. The topic for today was something that came to me on the walk this morning.
Ooh.
And I've been engaging in the walk, and I haven't been since, when you're moving, you're kind of stressed about it, so you put more time and energy into moving your stuff and purging, and that's left little time because I don't have a whole lot of time as is. I've had to sacrifice some of the more robust workouts,
Hmm.
to do this. And of course, you're not eating as healthy because you're like eating later on at night because you just spent 3 hours after work cleaning shit or whatever. Anyway, I was feeling like a fat kid. And the story that I've told myself my entire life, I've always been the fat kid, right? That's just my lot in life. I'm the fat, funny kid. People like me, I have a good time. I listen really well, but I'm not you know, the popular, drop dead gorgeous, right? Like six pack abs, 8% body fat type of guy. I'm just the fat kid. I'm the fat, jolly kid. And that's my story. Okay, there's been times in my life where I've decided I wanted to change that story. And so I, get into fitness. I got into the military, I was in the Marines and, like I was probably down, I was wearing a 28 size waist,
Hmm.
but I was still the fat kid, and that's always been my story. So we have these stories, and you always talk about, the elevator pitch, the one that you share with others, but also your internal dialogue. And we all have that story that we tell ourselves. And there's times when we decide I need to change that story because it's no longer serving me. We need to, it's all labels that we slap on ourselves. And sometimes we get into the negative mindset. I suck. I'm not good enough. I'm always going to be the fat kid. I'm not safe, all those things. And I guess the topic of today is recognizing and giving some ownership to your story and your ability to change your perception. It doesn't have to stay your story, and you don't have to focus on the negative things, the things that you aren't. But regardless of whether or not you want to change your story or whether you want to focus on the positive or focus on the negative or accept that that's just who you are, I'm just the fat kid and just so be it. I'm going to lean into it. Let's focus on your strengths. If you can redirect your focus to these are the things you're good at, these are the things I'm good at, and I'm going to just reside there. Doesn't matter whether
Right.
my story in the background is you're the fat kid. I know that I can be strong, I can be empathetic, I can be funny, and I'm going to focus on just those strengths. And I'm going to do the best that I can within that scope.
All right. And just recognizing that we all do have that story and that reel is running at the back of your mind, whether you're aware of it or not. And Tom, we've just talked about this a lot, but you and I have the same similar story. I was always the fat kid too, right? And, there's been times where I've lost a lot of weight and I've been pretty trim. I wouldn't say trim. I've always been a big guy. Let's not push it, but right. So,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
mean, trim for me was like a 33-inch waist. But I also, at my highest, had a 65-inch chest. So,
Mhm.
um, that's the story. And it's always been the story, and it runs. It runs, and it's so funny because you and I have similar stories, but we were doing the 1,000-pound lifts, like the three big um, pushes or the
Right. Yeah.
um, big three lifts, and we were hitting 1,000 pounds, right?
Right.
But we're still the fat kid. It
Yeah.
doesn't
Still the fat
matter,
kid.
right? It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what all the other achievements. It doesn't matter this. It doesn't matter I lost 60 pounds. It doesn't matter, none of
Yeah.
that. You still
Yeah.
have that dialogue running in the back of your head. And
Hmm.
the first step is, like you said, just to be aware of it, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And, it has shaped you and I. That story has really shaped our personality over time,
Hmm.
right? Because you and I are both just cut ups. We're just about humor. Like we bring humor into lots of parts of our life. You and I mean, it's when somebody from the outside like observes you and I are
Yeah.
on this like comedic
Oh, I
banter
know.
roll back and
Yeah.
forth
Uh-huh.
like for hours, right?
Yeah.
We're movie quotes and jokes and cracking left and right, and people
Yeah.
look at us like, "Oh my god!" You and I used to sit in meetings, and it was just like it didn't
I
even
know.
matter that the meeting was going on. You and I are just ripping them back and
I
forth.
know. And I loved it. And I would have that dialogue inside like am I doing this too much? Like should I be
Right? I
more
know,
should I be more serious? Oh well, screw
right? And people after the
it.
meeting were like, "What was that? You guys need to take it on the road, man." We're just,
Yeah. But
we feed
that's
off
it.
each
That's
other.
because of the story.
Yeah, we had to grow up, right? Because we had, I grew up wearing tough skins, right? I grew up, my parents bought me corduroys where, my thighs would rub together and cause sparks.
Yeah.
So, you had to have comedy. You had to bring levity to it because otherwise the alternative to that was never good. So,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
but even though you and I are so ego intact and so secure in who we are and what we do, um, and who we are as people, but we still have that story that runs through our heads.
Right, right. Because when I spend 2 weeks focusing on the move and not exercising as vigorously and not eating as healthy as I ought to be, I get
Hmm.
down on myself. And it's because of that story. Oh,
Hmm.
now I put on 5 pounds
Right.
because I wasn't focused on health and
Hmm.
wellness. And it's easy to do. All of a sudden, overnight, you put on another 5, 10 pounds and it starts creeping back up. And you're like, oh, and I feel like a bag of shit. Where, like, if somebody else who doesn't have
Right.
that story of they're the fat kid, then if they put on 5 or 10 pounds, it's kind of like, oh, I'll run it off. Like
Right.
I'll just do an extra mile every day on the treadmill, like no big deal.
Yeah. But it means something different for you and I when that
Yeah,
happens, right? Because
yeah,
it's like that, oh, see, no matter what I do, no matter how devoted I am to my routine, no matter how devoted I am to my diet, here I am again, just, piling on weight.
yeah.
So it's fodder for bringing us down. No, you and I mean, we have our moments where, you know, we're like, oh, shucks a duty. But, mostly we're just like, yeah, whatever.
Well, there was times in my life where I spent in a too much time
Yeah.
focusing on the fact that I screwed up and I'm a
Yeah.
fat kid and I'm all that. When now it's okay, that pops in there. And yeah, that's running in the background, but I choose not to focus on it. I choose to say,
Right.
you know what? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that I focus on eating as healthy and as clean as I can. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
exercising and doing all the lifts and doing the walks and doing yoga and
Um,
all that. Doesn't matter, you know what? Like, no, because nobody is looking at me and thinking the story that, oh, well, Tom's a fat kid. You know, they're not thinking that. They're
right.
focusing, and most people are seeing you for the most part for what you're good at and what they really like about you. Unless it's a
Right.
stranger and somebody that you really
Right.
don't know, people that you care about in your life, friends and
Yeah.
family, colleagues, they see the good in you. They see the good parts of
Right.
you. They don't see all those negative things that you tell yourself.
Hmm.
So you have an opportunity, beautiful opportunity to
Hmm.
focus on what you are good at and your strengths. And I think that is so much more important in
Yeah.
therapy, in life, to redirect our minds to, well, you know what, I'm really good at this or these things, or people really like these things about me. And you know what? That makes me feel good. I'm going to focus on that. That's what makes me important. That's what makes me matter.
Right. But our tendency is, we get 99 compliments and one criticism, and we just hone in on that criticism.
Yeah.
We can't even like the 99 compliments have just, passed us by. So I guess the moral of the story is come on, people, look at your ratio there. Why don't you pay attention to spend your time on those 99 compliments, right?
Hmm.
Let that one criticism pass you by. What is it
Right.
we used to tell our clients? If it don't apply, let it fly. Why are you
Let it.
focusing on things that doesn't apply to you?
Yeah, exactly. Hmm.
I always like those little sampler ones, those things to put on your refrigerator. If it don't apply, let it fly.
Let it fly. Well, you remember when in grade school when they'd say, well, your mom's fat or your mom's a
Mm-hmm.
slut or whatever, and people get all
Right.
bent out of shape and they'd start fights and whatnot. And then say, is your mom fat though? No. Is she a slut? No. So then why are you getting all bent out of shape? It's not
Your
true or
mama's
accurate.
your mama's so fat when she lays around the house, she weighs around
Around
the
the house.
house.
Yeah.
I love that your mama jokes. Oh man, we
Oh
should
yeah.
have a show of just all your mama jokes.
All right. Let's do it. Let's make that
All
happen.
right, send in your favorite your mama joke to
Please.
questions@therapyunzip.com.
All
And
right.
we're gonna blast them all out for a half
Yo,
an hour.
mama. Mhm.
Those were the best. Remember that?
Yeah.
Those are the absolute best.
Hmm. We'll do it. Yeah. Send them in. Your mama.
Questions at therapy unzip. Your mama jokes at therapy unzip. No. Questions at therapyunzip.com.
Send them in as soon as you can so we can get on that show.
All right.
All right. Your
We could do
mission.
that for our country's 250th birthday.
Spectacular. Yeah, because it'll no,
What's
well,
more,
in 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks that'll be that?
something like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
What's more American than your mama jokes?
Then your mama jokes. Yeah, and we'll have a burger and fries while we're doing it.
That is
Yeah.
so funny.
Hmm.
Do you know it is conceivably possible because World Cup is kind of my jam. I love the World Cup. It's my favorite tournament of ever, ever, ever. Every 4 years, this is my favorite time. Anyway,
Hmm.
so it is conceivably possible if the stars align and the group sections play out like it's possible that England and the United States could play on the 4th of July on the 250th anniversary of our breakup.
Can you imagine? I mean, you can't write that any better.
You can't write that script. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, yeah.
Do you know how much
I hope.
ego and credence is going to be on the line that day if that happens?
Yeah. Hmm.
It's going to be so much more than a soccer match. It's going to
Oh God,
be,
yeah.
yeah, wow.
What for you? I hope that happens.
Oh
Definitely.
my gosh. I can't even imagine. Like the whole world will just implode. It's just going to, so exciting.
And that'll
United
be
States plays today. It is Friday, Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Happy Juneteenth.
It is Juneteenth, and the United States plays Australia today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So,
Oi, oi, oi.
oi, oi, oi. I took the day off, of course, because gotta support my USA team.
Go sport team.
Gotta do it.
Right. You're a face painter? Go sport team. Anyway, so what are you good at? What are your strengths? And
Right.
you and I in therapy, our big intervention that we go to is a strengths based
Hmm.
one to focus on what you're
Right.
really good at. And
Right.
that's not just like some positive psychology, self-talk. Like there's some real worth and merit in you focusing on your strengths. What are you most proud of about yourself?
Right. What do other people admire in you? What
Yeah.
do you, what do other people see in you that sometimes maybe you can't see in yourself?
Hmm. And so if you need to go ahead and poll the people around you, then do
Right.
that.
Right.
Write it
And
down.
yeah, say, what is it do you think is my best quality? And what is your favorite your mama joke? I mean, it's a twofer. You can just like throw it
Yeah.
out there.
Then send them in to us. So we'll rate things people are strong at and then their most favorite your mama joke.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Excellent.
All right.
Yes. Love it, Tom.
Yes. I think one of the things I'm most proud about, and I'll be I mean I'm very humble, but I'll be boastful with regards to that. And of course, there's some intelligence, there's definitely humor, some strength, physical, emotional, mental strength. I think the thing I'm most proud about that I have to go to is this term that we had in the Marines called intestinal fortitude, and it means a
Mm,
whole bunch of stuff.
mm,
But I mean, it could at times it could mean like courage, and other times it could mean just like endurance and sticking through and sheer will and anything. But yeah, that to me, it's like that ability through determination to not quit, to just keep pushing forward. Like if things something needs to get done, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna be the last one to leave. I'm gonna be the first one there. I'm gonna do everything I can. I'm not gonna stop until I figure out the problem or the solution, or I enact a plan, or I get it all piled up and put into bags and thrown away. Whatever. I'm gonna make sure that it's done. I have endurance and I have stamina for that, and I can run circles around anybody, I can move your house and then my house and then go cook an Italian meal and then do yoga and maybe play guitar. And the average person might be like, and it's not in a manic type of way, So I'm still exhausted, still zonked. And even if it's like 5.5 hours of sleep, I'll persevere, you know. And I think that's what I'm most proud of, the fact that I'll stay the course.
yeah, I would second that. That is the one of many things that I really admire about you. And when you started this conversation, the word that came to my mind was perseverance,
Yeah.
because I don't have the intestinal fortitude language from the Marines that you got that from. But the whole time I've known you is just you. If there's something that needs to be done, it's there's not even a question in your mind that it's going to
Right.
get done, and
Yeah.
get done well, and get done with humor and a smile, and the perseverance. Absolutely.
Yeah. And there's never like I mean, I'll engage in the water cooler, bitching. I really don't like it because I really don't I see there's no value in it. It's just wasted energy. But I mean, I'll engage in it and kind of smile and laugh or whatever, maybe make a comment. However, like I'm not one to really complain. It's just sort of like, okay, this is what needs to be done. This is what we need to do. Okay, we're cleaning the toilets with toothbrushes. All right, like,
And then yeah, let's just do it.
if that's what we need to do, and that's the tool we have, all right. Doing with
Yeah.
toothbrushes, and everybody's wasting so much time and energy with like this is bullshit and fuck the system and
All right.
fuck the boss and
Down with
just
the
get it
man.
done. Yeah. Because you come home and have you had that where all of a sudden there's water under the floorboards and you've got a leak somewhere and it's 11:30 at night and you just want to curl up and eat pizza and donuts and watch Netflix.
Yeah.
I know that's happened to me. And then
Uh,
I'm up till 5 in the morning, like pulling up
yeah.
stuff and moving things
Here
around and
we
getting
go.
the fans and yeah.
Mm,
Is Walmart still open? They used to be 24 hours. Let me go run over there and
right. Yeah. No, I highly second that. I think the quality that I'm most um, proud of myself for, I mean, there's lots of things. I do have some perseverance, nothing like you. You blow everybody away with that one. But um, I think it's my ability to connect with anybody at any time. Um, I can really meet anybody where they're at. I
Mhm.
can sit down with the CEO of a Fortune 500 company and have it be a just as natural conversation as I can sitting on the side of the road with the homeless person. And I
Yep.
can make them both, I can meet them where they're at. I can make them both feel heard, comforted, and comfortable.
I agree. 200 for 2000%. And that's one of the things I've always admired about you is how you have that ability. And you're an amazing leader. The fact that you can just pick up, even if you have very little information or resources available, like you'll figure out and you'll make sure that people are informed and are doing things that are going to be helpful towards whatever the goal is or the mission. And and the fact that you have the ability to interact with people of different cultural backgrounds, different status, right? And it's just seamlessly, like just born to do that. I find to
Yeah.
be incredible. And yes, I agree wholeheartedly. You have that incredible ability.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. It's served me well and, my career over the years. And it's exhausting. So I've pulled back from a lot of that stuff, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Mhm.
So, what are your talents? What are your abilities? What are you really good at? What do people admire about you? Focus on those things. Let the criticisms go.
Yeah.
Focus on rewrite. You are the author of your internal dialogue. So rewrite that bitch whenever you want to.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
the fat
instead
kid.
of I'm the fat kid, right?
Right.
I'm the man with intestinal fortitude,
Hmm. Yeah.
whatever,
Right.
with perseverance. Right? I'm the
Absolutely.
man that can communicate with anybody and lead them and
Hmm.
for something good, for joint good. Yeah.
Absolutely. Go
So
for
we'd
it.
love to hear from you. We'd love to hear about your strengths. In fact, just the process of like writing down your strengths,
Hmm.
like there's some magic inherently found in that.
Yeah. What you some of the magic of therapy is when you say things out loud. When you get things out of your head, say it out loud, put it down on a piece of paper, whatever it is, then it becomes real.
Mhm,
So write those things down, say them out loud, make them real, put them in the universe.
mhm. I didn't consider this, but I asked my wife a question a while back. What is something that you admire about me, or however I phrased it, I don't remember exactly. And she said, and this was shocking to me because I thought she was going to be like, "Oh, your perseverance, or your humor, or your empathy, or something." Those are like the top things I hear people say. You're a great listener, and I just feel like my vibrations are better when you're around. And no, my wife said, she's like, I love that there's this quiet confidence that you have that like when you interact with people, you're calm and no matter what's happening, you're always like this calm, gentle, compassionate sort. However, if the shit goes down, you turn like that and that Marine comes out and you can unleash all hell, but it's appropriate. It's not just like you're going around screaming and yelling and carrying on and being an asshole. It's like when the time needs to come, when there's a time for it, that part comes out. And I know that
Okay.
it's not weakness, right? There's a strength in that. And I was like, wow, I didn't even realize that about myself.
Yeah, that's a great one. And I
Yeah.
see that
Shit.
100% for sure. I mean, how many times you and I in the hospital and shit is literally hitting the fan,
Yep.
literally. And you and I just look at each other like, all right, here we
Okay.
go.
There we go.
Let's mow through.
Yeah.
Let's fix this.
Mhm.
I don't know how, but we're going to fix it somehow.
Yeah. Mhm. And we did.
And we did. And you and I just had that look like, here we go.
Yeah. Here we go. Okay.
We're like, it's going to be a long 16 hours.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the shift is being extended.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dinner plans canceled. Yeah, that's funny.
So
Ah,
you have that story, but your story doesn't matter as much as
right.
your strengths and you focusing on doing what you're good at.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what you're good at, ask other people. I bet they'll tell you.
And they'll be quick to tell you.
Yep.
They know, just like your wife. And you didn't think of it. And look at you teach introspection for a living. I mean, that's what you do.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. What is it, Dr. Heal Thyself?
Exactly.
Isn't
Yeah.
that why a lot of people got into being therapists in the beginning? Not you of I, of course, because we're just,
Yeah,
100% ego intact,
exactly. Yeah.
rock solids, but,
You
it's
remember
those
the joke?
other people.
You remember the joke at the psych hospital? Like, what's the difference between the staff and the patients? The
uh,
patients get better.
yeah. The staff have keys. That's about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh, yeah.
So thank you.
The patients get better. That's so true.
Yeah, yeah.
So true. Funny. Tom, this was fun. This was a good
This was
one.
awesome. Yep. And I'm looking forward to the Your Mama podcast.
I know. Now I gotta go pull up all my older your mama jokes.
Uh-huh. Send them in.
All right. Questions at therapyunzipped.com. Thanks for listening.
Thank you guys for being here and enjoy the game. Let's see what happens with the fourth.
Ooh, USA, USA. Although the Aussies have some new chants that they've pulled out, but I'm not gonna say them here. So
Very
if you're
well.
interested, go look up what are the new Australian World Cup chants, if you
Mhm.
dare.
And thank you guys for being here and listening. And we'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, Tom.